guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be fixing my fuel pump. It's got a little air leak somewhere, so we're going to pull the whole tank out, figure out what's loose, and go from there. So we'll jump under the car and have a look-see. Well, yeah, same goes for you out there wanting to upgrade your pump, change your pump. You can always do it this way. It's the same result. Alright, so I got the feed hoses off and the return. Now I've just got to get the filler neck off. I got the breather off here. So that breather's off. I've just got to get the filler neck off, and then we can undo our two strap bolts and drop her out. So now that we've got the tank all loosened up underneath, come in the front here, or in the back seat. Take the back seat off. Some money, 50 cents. Alright. Now we've just got to remove the cover so we can unplug the pump. Screwdriver there. Alright, so unplug the pump. Get me flatted under there. Unplugged. It's always a bloody pain, man. Smash that grommet out. It wants to come out, bloody hell. There we go. Alrighty, so all the wires are out. Just tuck them in there, so they don't catch on the way down. Alrighty, there we go, tank's out. Just got to pull it forward now. Alright, so let's pull it out. Look at that, perfect, hoses into there. So, to get to the fuel pump, we have to open this one. Might as well give it a clean while it's off. It's pretty dirty. The reason we had to drop the tank is because This one here is the fuel sender. This one here is the fuel pump. So this does the fuel sensing for the fuel level. Send it to the gauge inside. This one's the actual fuel pump. You can only access the sender from up top. You can't access the pump or anything. Being a hatchback, there's no cutout in the floor for it. So I'm going to do it the hard way. Alright, so we got all the bolts out. We've given it a bit of a clean up. Most of the dust off it. So we've gone and undone this. Now we can, as a whole, take it out. And to do so, you've got to take this off so you can get the bloody hard lines all the way there out from underneath this. Because for some dicky reason that comes over and holds all them in. You can't actually do anything. So we'll take that off and we can get it out. Alrighty, so I've got my pump out, just checking everything. The wires are still good, so I've got my positive here. I've got my ground here, utilising the factory mounting point. Through to the top there. It's all good. Plug's fine, no broken clips or anything. Yeah, pickup's all good. It's not moving around, which is a bonus. But yeah, so if anyone needs to put an aftermarket pump in, it's pretty easy. I just had to do a little bit of, you know, jimmying or whatever you want to call it to get it to actually fit, because it was sitting too low and wouldn't actually close up on here properly. So now that we've got that in, yeah, we had to make some changes because it's not a stock pump. It's a TI 240, 240 litres per hour, and yeah, pretty simple. Alright, so while that's off, we'll clean all this up because it's pretty gunky. That way we'll get a nice good seal on there and we won't get any air pockets going into the fuel tank because it's a pressurised system. Alright, so we'll brake clean. Spray it onto the rag. That was great. Give her a wipe down. Go, nice and clean, and we'll do the same for the underneath of the pump as well. Alright, so got that nice and clean. Now we'll plop it back in here. Try to do this one-handed already. If that would stop fucking catching. Alright, now we'll pop it back in. Two little clips here, pop, pop, pop them in. Alright, now we can go chuck the bolts back in here. Sweet. Now we can put the breather, return, whatever that thing is, back on. Alright, so she's all back together. Fuel pump's back in. Breather thingamajig's on. Wires all back in, make sure that one's all tight. Now let's go chuck her back under the car. Alright, so now that we've got in place, just sitting there with the jack, come up the top here, voila, grab our wires, pull our wires through, leave them sitting there. Alright, now we get back underneath. We make sure it's all sitting pretty and right back into it. So both the straps are done up, things back in. Now we've just got to plop the feed hoses back on, which should be going under that, not over it. Alright, so now we just plug all the lines back on here and we are good to go. Alrighty, filler neck, breathers back on, all the hoses reconnected, and straps done up. Alright, all done. Alright, so we come back up the front here. Seatbelt out of the way. Plug her all back in. 1, 2. Now, when you're changing your fuel pump, you can just keep this original clip if you just do what I did on the pump housing itself, the hanger. You just utilize the stock terminals and you just wire straight to them or solder straight to them, and happy days. I've got to put this on. I better do that quickly. Alrighty, so the cover's back on, all plugged back in. Time to put the back seat back in, I believe. Goodies for the next video. Alright, seat's in, all done. Let's go check she primes. Give her a key on and make sure she primes up. So no prime for some reason on, which is a bug the car's had, so you gotta go. There we go, primed up. Nice, and you hear my power steering. Next job on the list. Oh, good. Yeah, that's just a simple quick video on how to access your fuel pump on your AE92 hatch. Any goes for any fuel system that's got a hanger like that, and you can pretty much do the exact same thing. Just make sure you wire the pump up positive to positive, not negative to positive, otherwise you'll be pumping the wrong way. But yeah, be sure to tune in. I've got an ARP head stud install on its way. Thanks guys, give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and have a good one.